Yo, yo. Guess who's finally here again? It's your boy, MR.KM3. What's going on, y'all? Hope you guys are doing good. Um, Hope you guys are having a good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you guys are watching this. So yeah, sorry it's been a minute since I've been on here and uploaded a video. Um, it's been kind of has my ups and downs, but I will say there are some good things coming soon, but that's I'm a kind of wait, kind of explain that later. But right now, like yeah, like hope you guys are doing good. Um, Again, this like in this video, I don't know if this would be considered like an actual episode or not, but I guess it could be. It's just more so just like updates. I'm probably not gonna keep you guys for long. Maybe not. I'm hoping this video doesn't isn't over an hour, but we'll see. Yeah, pretty much in this episode, I guess this could be like 2.1, I guess, or whatever, 2.5 or whatever into or whatever. But yeah, just kind of like I just want to pretty much talk about what I've been doing, what I've been working on, life, um, just stuff like that. Things I've been thinking about, but um, but yeah, just yeah, I'm just gonna say this: just kick back, relax. I might vent a little bit about some other stuff, but like overall, like all this has a reason for it at the end. So just like I said, just kick back, relax. Just if you're working out or doing something, homework, or whatever, you can just have me sit on the side. I'm not gonna be doing a lot of crazy stuff. I may show off some stuff on screen, but it's nothing too like crazy or anything like that. Um, but yeah, um, but first off, I gotta say this. I gotta really say this. I appreciate those that had a chance to watch my first episode on my YouTube channel. Thank you, thank you so much for those people that actually took the time to just watch my videos, subscribe to my channel. I think as of now, I think I have like 10 subscribers on my channel as of making this video. So um, I appreciate those people that subscribed. Others that just watched it, that still watched it, future subscribers. I really do appreciate it, and then just like the feedback from some of the people outside of YouTube. Um, I do appreciate those that gave me good feedback. Um, excuse me. Um, really like my, like what I talked about in my last video. Just understanding where I'm coming from and whatnot. You know, and yeah, just yeah, I'm really grateful for it. Like I said, it's better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate those that took the time just to watch it. If you just now like watching this video, hopefully, you guys are able just to watch my first episode first, then jump back or whatever. Watch this video, then watch my first one. No, it doesn't really matter. But just for as far as like context, I would say just watch my first episode into this episode. So yeah. So yeah, let me get right into what I have written down on my little docket. Um, so for starters, just been working on still my art, just trying to. I know I haven't really haven't been posting a lot on my Instagram, but I have been posting a lot on my Bluesky, my Tumblr. If you guys aren't hip to that, please, if you guys have, either or of those counts, follow me. You can stay up to date on what I'm doing. I will be honest though, like I feel like on Tumblr and really Blue Sky, I kind of just took a chance and started like kind of like doing like little personal vlogs a little bit. Um, Not nothing too like basic, but just like on my Blue Sky, I posted I went to the Newfields Museum in my hometown of Indianapolis. Um, a couple weeks ago. I want to say during I think either early this month of June, I want to say, and just wanted to walk around and stuff like that since I haven't been there for a while. So I usually try to I try to go to the art museum at least like a couple times a year. But I think my favorite times of the year is maybe like the springtime. I used to not go there in the summer, but now I'm going there in the summer. But just going there in the summer, just in warm weather, it's like, man, it's I should have been doing this in the first place. So it was really nice just going there. And then I tried going to the fall time, which I that's like my thing. I always go there in the fall time, like around like maybe October, November ish, maybe September too. But yeah, just those months. And I might go into the winter time every so often, but usually I like to go into the fall, spring and fall most likely. But summer, I will definitely do that again soon. Just being in the scenery, just being in the museum, it just kind of like makes me just kind of feel like refreshed, especially like again in warm weather. Um, we're getting into summer and whatnot. Just enjoying like the good weather and whatnot, and just even the stuff around, like walking around the garden, the park, around the museum, just that wide open space. It was good. Like it was really good. I do plan on most likely going back again soon if they have like another exhibit. I can't remember the exhibit they had up there when I went there. Um, but yeah, just going there just to kind of like I always go there all the time just to like look at what they have, what's new, and I always like my go-to um exhibit is like the African art exhibit since I think I already said in my last video just trying to like learn about more of my roots and stuff like that. Um, me being a Black American, I'm still trying to learn about my family lineage here in the States, and then um, just kind of like seeing where that goes, and then like if we can't really figure out like as far as like which I know that's difficult, but I know there's some ways we can find out through like different associations and stuff like that, and then finding out like what countries of origins, even though I had some family members do it, and I'm just like, okay, I can kind of take this and just be like, all right, this country and this country, both in West Africa. I'm gonna just kind of go from there. But like I said, just kind of like learning stuff from like here in the States and in the American South. Like it's just like I'm still learning now, just kind of still like learning more of people, my family members, and who came before me, um, where they lived and stuff like that. So yeah, um, just kind of just like appreciating like going into that exhibit, just looking at the different artifacts, that just to like everything, and it really just makes me because that's why I love like looking at more African art, you know, because I think I started appreciating more. I think around like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Um, so just like all the textiles, the even the weapons, like man, some of those weapons are cool. The wooden sculptures, the sculpting, um, the blacksmith, like iron blacksmith. Um, yeah, just a lot of cool stuff that they have, like jewelry and stuff like that. It's really cool. I always like again. I try to make a like just a routine just to go there every time sometimes I may be looking at something on YouTube or something like that, then I come back and then I see it again. I'm seeing this artifact. I'm like, oh snap, that's that making those connections. So yeah, just that one. I'm trying to remember any other one. Just I guess my usual like go to places. There's other exhibits like the Asian exhibit, then the modern art. I'm trying to think of anything else. But yeah, and then of course whatever they have featured. Um, but yeah, just from going there is really great. Um, you know, yeah, it's a great place for me. I really do like going there. Um, I'm trying to think anything else. Yeah, it's just been mostly just like I said, just like been kind of keeping to myself. Just because like next month I will kind of say like next month, which you know what I'll just let me look. Yeah, I'll just go into it right now for like next month. I was like for starters, like next month, it's gonna be busy for me. Next month. Um next month, I'm going to DreamCon. I'm going to DreamCon, y'all. Like I'm finally going to DreamCon after all these years. This is my first time going, so I'm looking forward to it. Going to finally going there and going down to Texas because this is like my first time going up to Texas. So I've never been there before up until like now. So I'm looking forward to it. Going there with my two sisters. Looking forward to it. Spending time with them and just like spending time with each other and just you know for once like going on a trip with just my siblings again. My first time going with my brother. Now I'm going with my two sisters now. So um, at first it was like I was hoping like my brother and my other cousin would come, but it wasn't. They weren't able to. So I'm just going with my two sisters. So I'm like, okay, it's better than nothing. So I just my biggest thing is just to have fun and meet new people at the con. Try to go as to many of those panels, hopefully. There's a gnat. Um, just kind of soaking in all the in Houston, just soaking it all in. So hopefully, I do plan on making a video about DreamCon. It might be, I know it's not going to be part of like a separate video. I might just put it in with another video of like my next update video. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just trying to get some stuff together. Um, Hopefully, I'll get some more artwork done before then. If I don't, then oh well. At least I'll have it like at least try to post up something just to show more progress. So when I meet other artists, um, other creatives. Sorry, I don't know. I keep bumping into that. Um, just meaning more creatives, really just like visual artists, illustrators, that sort of thing. Those types, those people, and just make connections, because I don't know if I should say this now. Wait till later. Um, You know what? I'll say this in a little bit, but the next news is I'm getting ready for another gallery I'm gonna be part of. I can't speak on it too much right now, but definitely next month when next month gets here, um, hopefully by the time I upload this video, I hope I haven't made the news yet, but yeah, this next convention I'm gonna or not convention, the gallery I'm gonna be a part of, it's a local association that's been doing these events for so many years. Um, it's like pretty much like a you know I feel like this association is so important to like black culture here in my state of Indiana, really Indianapolis, and they've been around for like I think I want to say like the '90s or late '80s into the '90s. I want to say it might be longer than that, but like um, just getting the news as far as like they picked me to be a part of it, and it's just like man, like it's like a historical moment for me, just being like man, because I never really thought I would be in something like that. But just for me to be a part of this, it's just like, man, it's an honor. It's just like because I was talking to a few people about it, and they're really happy that I got accepted in, even though I haven't really made a whole lot with my art yet, as far as like progress and whatnot. So I'm really honored, and even with the other gallery I was at, I should have I hope I didn't really make it seem like it was small or anything, but I just be like, I do appreciate them for having me there too. But just like I said, just starting small and just working my way up. But just like from that to this is like a big jump. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'll keep you guys posted. I do plan on taking footage and pictures of the event as well and posting up on my all my social medias. Um, and It's this event right here, like this for next month. This is for the culture, like for the Black American, like just like Black American culture, just for we've done for so many like decades, and for the for this gallery, I wanted to try to like make three new illustrations, but I was only able to make one, and I wanted all three of them to have like a representation of like Black history in here in my city of Indianapolis again. Um, like again, I'll go into more details about it like after the afterwards. So I kind of I don't want to spoil it. I know you guys own the edge of your seat, but I like trust me when you guys see what I did, you guys would be so amazed. So, but back to I was only able to make one out of the three, and this one I made was actually something I made like maybe around like 2018 from like a sketch. Um, and I just kind of like made it a sketch, and then I think I put it in my zine a while ago, and then I just never touched it since. And I kind of was like, I kind of want to make this into a poster, and like I think I actually wanted to make it into like a screen printing poster, just like one color, and I just add like not one color, but just like one like these shapes, one color, and then just more, and then like the whole design's like screen printed. But sadly, I didn't do that. So it was just kind of sitting in my old sketchbook for so many years, and then until like recently when I was making my new zines for PopCon, which that was a pretty cool event to go to. I did enjoy that. Met like only met like maybe like one or two artists, and then I uh, um, saw an artist I met last year. He was there, so it was really cool seeing him back again. Um, Shout out to J9 Art. Um, but yeah, so trying to think anything else from any PopCon. Um, I wish I had their business cards of the other artists I met. And I feel bad for forgetting their names, but they were really cool. Um, I know one of them I was able to buy. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a little chungly. How do you want to call them? Like a marquee. I don't know what you call, it, but it was like a little spinning a spinning bird kit one. And this is like the last one he had, and I'm like, man. And he said this is like the display version of it. So um, I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And I got it for I didn't get it for I didn't pay for a crazy amount. I think he gave me like a discount on it. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And I got some prints from him, so that was cool. Just talking to him, and he's um, a big fighting game fan like I am. So it's just cool just meeting people that love fighting games. So yeah, overall, any popcorn was cool. It was fine, you know. But back to the other gallery that um I'm gonna be a part of. This is like I think it's like a group kind of show, but we're kind of gonna have our little section at the Indiana Convention Center during like the expo for next month. So I'm looking forward to it. So far, I'm like for the pieces, like I said, for the pieces, it was just like sorry for jumping around. I'm just like it's just so much stuff I'm thinking about. Just trying not to rush myself, but for the piece. Um, like I said, it was just sitting in my sketchbook for so many years, and I decided just to do it. And then I just sat down and actually did it. And I did post that on my story on my Instagram a couple weeks ago. And then I ended up posting more progress on it on my Tumblr and my Bluesky. So what you guys are gonna see on there is just like kind of like the drafts, but like I haven't even showed off like because I got it printed right behind me right now, and I'm hoping it's not showing up. It shouldn't show up on the video, but like I got it on. I made it like on a 24 by 36. That's all I wanted. All three of them to be like 24 by 36, like just big prints, and you know, and it was a challenge just trying to like get the printing right because I don't know how I think I did like at least like two different test prints. So I got my final one now, and I'm just be like, you know what, I don't want to spend too much more money on it, but it's like I had to kind of like do my kind of think back to my printing days. Um, so that kind of came in handy when I because it's so different from doing it in Clip Studio Paint. You know, um, had to look up some tutorials and just try to like tweak it a bit. So I'm like, okay, so I'm just like, all right, well, at least I got this one done. Um, and then the two I'm using um, were the ones I showcased before at the other gallery. The Huey Lee Smith tribute illustrations that I did of my sisters, and I got my younger sister the one I did for my younger sister. That one's done, and I was able just to get add some stuff. Maybe I should let me rephrase that. I was able to put my like finishing touches on it and editing it. Like it's because I don't know how many times I've edited that um that picture. So I feel like okay, so I submitted that one. Then I did one of my older sister. That's the one I'm working on right now, just to put the finishing touches on it. And I'm trying to hurry up and get this one done, and at least try to get it sent off today. I was trying to get it done last weekend, and really last week, but that didn't happen because I was working on both of them. So I was hoping to get all three of them done, but I'm just like, you know what? At least I got these two done. So, um, so all that's left is just the one I'm doing for my older sister, redoing that one, and then sending that off to the printer. Hopefully today. If not, it might be tomorrow. I just want to hurry up and get it done because next week I'm going to DreamCon, and then when we get back from DreamCon, um, the week after next is the expo. So, which is on this opening ceremony is on Thursday. So, and then it'll my art will be hanging up all um, weekend long from that Friday up until that Sunday. So I'm looking forward to meeting people. You know, hopefully people come out to support the people that I've told, and then hopefully once I'm given the okay from the organization to, you know, talk about it and share with you guys, and I look forward to some of you guys. If you guys are able to make it, you know, you guys can come out there and look at some cool black art, black American art, or just black art in general. But like, I'm looking forward to that. I really am. Like, you guys have no idea how much of like a big jump this is for me. Because I was talking to my friend who's also, just been kind of counseling me and helping me out through my, you know, just do like my mental state and stuff like that. And funny enough, since this month is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, you know, why not talk about it now? He's been really supportive, and he's him being a father, it's been kind of tough just for me and him just to talk and stuff like that. But just telling him, I went to church to my parents' church and I saw him there, and we just talked for a bit. And he was really proud of me. Even when I told him the news of what was going on, he was happy. Then just like seeing him in person, and we just kind of we didn't have enough time to talk, but just like out of that couple minutes, he was really just happy, and he was really looking forward to just coming to the expo and just supporting and just looking at what I'm showing. So, and this would be like his first time actually seeing my art, like hung up, since he couldn't make it to the other gallery I was a part of. So, um, but yeah, just looking forward to the people that I told in person here, and family, certain some friends. Just I'm just looking forward to who's able to show up. If some of the people aren't able to show up, hey, life happens. Hopefully some of them will be able to come to the next one. But overall, I'm just looking forward to just being there, just being in the presence of just like other like-minded artists, especially like again like my biggest thing I'm trying to um, do right now is just appreciating more of like Black American art and just even other art from the African diaspora as well. But really, just for this, it's just like Black American art um, in general, from like the Harlem Renaissance to just like different like art movements here in the states and stuff. Even just from like the quilts from the American South. I'm appreciating like just the designs and just the story behind the many Black women that created so many like quilts and the craft of it too. Um, there's a lot of stuff I've just been like kind of looking back on, just like because that's something I've been, like I said, just kind of going into like appreciating more of my Black American culture here in the States. Even again, like my family was like a big, just learning stuff about my family, and then just also too just um, looking into like documentaries about like certain events that happen here, whether it's bad or good, and just like reflecting on it, and even just again just incorporating it into my artwork, you know. So, which made me this is a transition into like stuff I've kind of been reading lately. Um, I'm reading other stuff too, but like just for like the highlights of this, I've been really for the past couple of years I've been like with black content creators or really like black comic book creators, you know, like against in the states, and I recently just got some books on because that's something I've been really like becoming more interested in is like Black American cartoonists in the states, and I ended up picking up a few books I got. Um, I have more. I have like the Black comics. Those two, the hardcover books. I had the part one since 2017. Then I got part two with through the Kickstarter, which those two books I'm featuring in the video that was supposed to come out now, but I had to postpone it, which I'm about to go into details about later. Um, I'm showcasing as like my one of my inspirational like books that inspire me as like an artist, as a visual illustrator and stuff like that. So yeah, and then kind of recently just been wanting to like look into like Black American cartoonists, like I said, and the first one I bought is called It's Life as I See It. This book, man, I got this off of Amazon, and this pretty much talks about like comic book creators in Chicago from black cartoonists in Chicago from 1940 to 1980, and some of the people I've never heard of any of these people, but just kind of finding out like because finding out I think like two people from this book are from Indiana. I think one of them's from I want to say like Fort Wayne, and I think another one I'm trying to think either both from Fort Wayne or one of them's from Fort Wayne, another one grew up in another part of Indiana. But after that, I just thought that was really interesting and just like reading this because this is a really good read. I really do like this book. So like if you're really into like cartoonists and whatnot, or really want to learn more about black cartoonists, like this right here is a really good read. Um, and then this one I got an early. I got this on my birthday in March, and this is something I actually wanted to get a couple years ago, but I didn't get a chance to. Um, excuse me. The all Negro comics like this. Sorry for shaking it. I did not mean to do that, but this right here, like just even just like kind of like learning about this around like because this is when I learned about this is this time I was on Tumblr a lot. Yeah, I learned about this and the black comic um book from by John Jennings and dang, I'm trying to remember the other guy's name. I think it was Damon McDuffie's son, I want to say. I think. So from that, and then discovering this, and then like finding out, and then I didn't get the original one, but I ended up getting like the this is like the special like anniversary edition with with the classic original run in here with like the remix, or I guess you could say like the remix of them in here too. So you got the old and the new in here. So I thought this was really cool. Even like again, just the history behind this is like really incredible with like um, the black independent self-publishing um, with especially with comics and stuff. It like this right here is really amazing, and again it's just stuff like this that just makes me appreciate like our history, my culture history, my my black American history here in this country. Got people that just are doing stuff like this, like being independent, doing like putting in the work and the dedication, the resilience into just like making good works like this, and just like what I'm saying, just going through that hardship. Because like again, like if you guys plan on wanting to read this, I haven't had a chance to read this yet, but just like it's really incredible. And which leads me to my last one. I finally got this one right here of Jackie Orm. I don't know how you say it last name, like Ormiz. I know someone's probably just screaming at me right now, being like, "It's that's not how you pronounce it." But yeah, I've been hearing about her for a while, and I've been like trying to. I've been having this on my Amazon list for like years, and then I finally got this. So it's like, and I kind of just skimmed through it a bit. But yeah, and this kind of finding out about her as well. I'm like, her story is really incredible too. So, um, and then too, just also looking into like I even bought like other carts like famous Black American cartoonists like Rob Armstrong. I got his books, his Jumpstart books. I only got well, really got three of his books. One of them is his autobiography, and then I actually got two of his Jumpstart books, and I cannot find them. Is somewhere around these boxes, and I hope to find them soon because I want to add these to like my reading. Sorry, y'all. I hope you guys aren't. I hope it's not shaking too much. Um, just been trying to do better as far as like I'm incorporating like reading Black American cartoonists into my like my routine and stuff like that, just to like get inspiration and stuff. Because besides reading Boondocks, I want to read other ones too, like Jumpstart, and then this recently discovering Curtis, which that's another interesting one that I really want to find. I let me rephrase this. I found a book. There are books, but they're hard to find. Even just like and they're expensive too. Like I think this one his first one came out like in the '80s or '90s. I want to say. Right now that thing goes for like $100 something, and I think on Amazon it costs like 400. I think I could be wrong, but it's expensive. And the creator, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. I feel bad because I was just watching a bunch of his interviews like for the past couple of weeks, and I really do like him. He has a great personality. I love his story, but I just I feel so bad for forgetting his name. But yeah, he's the creator of Curtis. I've read a few of the comics, the comic strips. I I like that too. It's really humorous too. I do like it too. Just kind of like the characters and everything. It's really wholesome and just like and even just you know even with the story behind when he made Curtis is like really interesting as well. Um, but yeah, it's just like the same thing with Rob Armstrong with the inspiration from how he made Jumpstart. Even his history with like because coincidentally both of them him like Rob and the guy who made Curtis both knew Charles Schultz. They both had like a personal relationship with him, but really with Rob Armstrong, he was close to Charles Schultz as well, even to the point of like Charles Schultz naming Franklin, getting his last name from him. So Franklin Armstrong from Rob Armstrong. I'm just like, wow, that's a crazy story. Like who knew? Like you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that's just so cool to hear. Um, I'm trying to think of anything else as far as other like Black American cartoonists that I discovered. I'm still trying to find out. I got another book, but I don't know where it is. But like yeah, like I said, like during these times of just like especially with the expo next month, and I'm gonna be showcasing my artwork in the gallery. Because I've been really like reading this and just kind of going back because while I was working on my stuff, I just really heavily like reading this stuff here just to reflect upon. And like I said, just appreciating everything. You know what I'm saying? Appreciating what came before me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, like I said before, just like looking back on what some of the people before me did and reflecting on it and taking what they did and incorporating it into my works now. Because honestly, I've been reading. I've been more interested in this than like reading my other Japanese stuff. Honestly, but yeah, I do. I still like read my mangas, but not as much. it's like again, it's just been reading these books and stuff and reading like other content like um independent Black American or even just other creators from like Jamaica or the Caribbean, Africa, um, just people from those places. It's just really interesting just to see like the vast like variety and just like you know, and there's so much more out there. You know, a lot of people just say it's not out there, but it is out there. You know, you just have to look. You know, some of these people don't really get a lot of attention, but it's just like we gotta support them. I say me included, you know, to just have us like have our own space and be able just to like have our own stories, you know what I'm saying? Besides like hearing like European folk tale stories being retold over and over again and then being incorporated into today's media and stuff like that, you know, Greek mythology and stuff like that. I'll even say like Japanese culture in anime. We see it all the time, you know? So it's like, I mean, now it's like we have Ianu. I know there's other stuff out there, but it's just like Ianu. Like like I know Ianu's doing really well, and I've been missing out on it. I only saw it the first season. I still need to watch the movie in the second season. And then I heard about there's a new movie coming out, which I'm looking forward to that. Um, I'm trying to think of anything else, but yeah, just like supporting other like artists and creators of the African diaspora, even just supporting other creators in general, just like whether they're not even a part of like that aren't black, you know, Mexican, you know, just other cultures, you know. But like right now for me, it's just like during this time like reflection, I'm just kind of reflecting on the stuff that I um, want to be able just to like really kind of have a knowledge of, you know. Like again, it's okay it's okay just to like I like again I have my inspirations from two other Japanese artists, but the more and more I'm kind of like looking into more like people here, I get more appreciation for what they did here, and just kind of seeing what they did. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna continue just to like you know appreciate everybody, but really just like kind of like as far as like just appreciate my culture is to just reflect on this for right now, you know. So that's why these books, all these other books that I have been really helpful in these times of me creating, especially with the piece I have to show at the gallery. Um, but yeah, just like I said, just the three pieces that I'm submitting. Again, I kind of wish I had the other two done, but I'll try to get those done. Like after when I get back from excuse me, from DreamCon and then the expo, I'm probably gonna take a long break. I'm probably gonna take a long break for a bit just to kind of recharge my batteries because I do want to really need to really just chill and just kick back for a bit. But yeah, um, sorry for shaking it again. I do apologize. Hope you guys aren't really noticing it. If you guys are, I do apologize. Trying to think what else. I'm still working on my comic book, my independent comic book project. Haven't made much progress on it yet. It's like again, it's just been mostly with the stuff I'm doing for the expo next month. Been working on those for like I've literally been working on this stuff for the past like month. Yeah, like over a month or two now, and just trying to get ready for next month. So, um, and like a lot of self reflecting, and just um, I'll go into what I was gonna say earlier. Like there are some times when I go to work and like sometimes I on my day to day just sometimes feels like I'm just like kind of I hate feeling like I'm small. You know, I got to go through my day job, just trying to like keep my head up, but some days it's just hard just, and it does kind of feel lonely sometimes just like, not being able to reach out to people and talk to people cuz everybody's busy, sometimes I'm like, man, like and I should have, but it's just like I don't know, I guess I kind of took it at a time just to be a hermit and just kind of not have a lot of outside influence like that. It's just more so like whatever I'm seeing and whatever makes sense to me as far as like again the stuff I was showing you. There's way more stuff I was reading too and just watching like other documentaries and stuff. But like um just taking the liberty of just like watching that stuff and just like being a sponge like I always am and not get distracted so easily with other things. You know, like with social media, like I've been doing a little better, but I still need some work. But like, you know, just being able just to like take these couple months and just kind of locking in and even just being able to like to finish the stuff that I'm working on, it's like a real big like, you know, achievement, you know. And I do look forward to doing more soon. Even with my personal comic book project and just thinking about this stuff, it just makes my I always daydream about it, but just really like because I don't want to daydream too much. I mean, yeah, I do want to still dream about it, but it's just like I kind of want to like you know, I like I am now, just continue just to do the best I can as far as like putting pen to paper, um, stylus to my to Clip Studio Paint, me making these videos, reading books like the ones I just showed, and just putting in that work. So I'm just not always just like thinking about it all the time, and then next thing you know, I'm like 40 years old or 50 years old and I didn't even do anything. So I'm like, you know, I keep saying I was going to do it and I never did. So this is like kind of like my time just to shine and be proud of myself. And again, like being proud of just where I come from, you know, my family, my grandparents, um, again, my great grandparents, everybody in my family that, you know, my ancestry here in the States, you know, just being able just to like, you know, again, just appreciating, just to you know, soak it all in and appreciating everything, you know, because I'm tired of just the negativity a lot of the times, you know, especially like what's going on now, you know, and even just like, you know, having fun during Juneteenth, you know. Um, I went to my friends Quessy and brother Jamal's. I know you guys don't know who they are, but hopefully I'll link their accounts on my video. But they did a Juneteenth event um, at my friend's Quessy space in Fountain Square called the Untitled Space. But just you know, during that Juneteenth weekend, it was great. I loved it. You know, I'll try to, if I forget to, I'll try to put like the photos I took from the event. Really good. It was a really cool, chill event. Like seriously, just kind of doing more like going events like that because I really originally want to do like Juneteenth art galleries, but I missed out on it, and I should have been more proactive on it, like a month or two early. But you know what? I'm happy with the expo that I'm doing next month. So I'm like, hey, you know what? It's better than nothing. But I know there's other stuff going on too I can do. But like just as far as like related to like Black American or Black art in general, I want to try to, you know, what I'm saying, being part of that more. So but like I said, just like sometimes when I'm at work, it's frustrating. You know, the communicating to people. Um, I'm always having my head down. I don't really talk to a lot of people. Just having to just kind of like wake up, grit my teeth, and just sighing and get out of bed, washing up, oh whatever, and just leaving. Oh, excuse me, sorry. And just like wishing that man I kind of I wish that you know I guess I don't know if I talked about this in my last video, just like the comparing myself to other people in their line of work, in their you know, their dream jobs, you know. um some people don't understand the struggle of like how I know, like just people working 9 to 5s and having to do stuff that I'm doing, having to have to really like be very disciplined, and because it don't all this wasn't I didn't think any of this would have been possible. Honestly, I really thought that this was just going to be like a pipe dream for me for a while, and I never thought I was going to get to this point ever. You know, and it did put me in a deep depression and other personal stuff that was going on a couple of years ago. Um, you know, um, I will say I have come a long way with this, but I feel like this is only the beginning. But not to cut myself off what I was trying to say earlier, just like um, especially me being a man, it's just like I'm trying to do the best I can just to like keep my head down, be a productive like citizen, and just try to do what I can. Like again with the negativity towards black men and stuff like that, especially in this country. Um, it's just I don't know how else to say it. Um, I don't know. It's just or even just black women as well, But I'm just kind of speaking for myself for right now. Like a lot of stuff that just being able just to do what I can on a day to day, you know, having a good support group to be there for me, you know, and just being able just to like feel more grounded because I'm still trying to get better at feeling more grounded and not spiraling down rabbit holes of negativity and just like work and people at my job and just like how people treat me and stuff like that. And it's just like, man, like sometimes I wish I can just like lash out and just the hypocrisy and just sometimes people how they treat me and then they treat other people differently than me and just like man I'm trying to do the best I can and I appreciate those that respect me that are want to help me and stuff but like I'm just trying to do better as far as like just trying to deal with people because my biggest thing is just like well I've always wanted to meet other creators and actually feel like my relationship with these creators are authentic like real authentic. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like I don't want y'all to like me just because of like my following. I don't want that. Don't don't come up to me or whatever, however many years or month down the line and just be like, "Oh man, like you just focus on my followers." I don't want that. If you want that, go to like that streamer university stuff or whatever those like those things. Nothing wrong with it's just to me it's like it's just everybody just wants attention. That's all in followers. And not actually people respecting. That's why like illustrators, comic book creators, writers, authors, sculptors, painters, dancers, like people that fashion designers, all these people, you know what I'm saying? Like web developers, like people can make websites or code and stuff like that, fitness code, like just as long as people just doing it for a good cause, you know. But I'm just saying, I'm just sticking this to like artists, like visual artists, since we're in the age of like technology of like AI and stuff. So um, that's why I just don't want this. That's why I want these videos to be more like chill, but also too like I'm kind of like telling you guys more about me and just kind of like where I'm coming from and just like my inspiration behind my art and just how I feel about certain things. Because sometimes I'm always scared to even express myself sometimes because I worry like people aren't gonna like what I'm gonna say like I am now, Um, but that's why I said in my last video and I'll say it again, like to those people that are going through what I'm going through, you know, just I hope I'm able just to help you guys out. I may not know you guys personally, but I'm hoping that me talking about my 9 to 5, you know, grind. I hate that I'm saying that, and like just trying to keep hope. Just trying to stay hopeful. I'm trying to stay hopeful, and I get tired of the negativity. People being negative, even to the point of like people thinking that it's like we can't live with that. Like I mean, like people that just so consumed by it. And if somebody treating them nice, it's like it's kryptonite or it's just like poison. It's just like it's like yes why you so like that. No more like no courtesy, no like kindness, like no respecting, no like be people being respectful. You know what I'm saying? It's just like steal, backstab, like um it's just a lot of stuff that I'm just like um I don't know, it's just like there's a lot of stuff that I'm just trying to um like trying to do and trying to get better at, but I also want other people to get better at too, or at least just try to like take it a day at a time. So um I do want you guys to just like do better and just to continue just to keep pushing forward. And and like again, I know I'm just like a small channel for right now, you know, but I do look forward just to to do more from this. And yeah, just overall, like, I don't want you guys to give up on your dreams or aspirations. If you guys want to be authors, writers, visual artists, musicians, um, just what I'm saying, just being able just to put in like at least like 5%, 10%, the best you can today is better than nothing. And I try to keep that. I try to do my best to keep that in mind. Um, and yeah, there's gonna be days where like you don't make any progress. You just come home, you just exhausted, and you really need the rest. But I'm just like for me, it's just like there are days I still have days like that where I'm like I'm too tired to do anything. I might not do anything. Some days I might just draw for like 5 minutes or like at least try to draw for 10 minutes or read or doing something related to my goals. Same thing with exercising. I need to do better with that too. But yeah, overall, like I don't want like that's kind of like what I want for you guys. I'm kind of doing this for myself so I can like just to continue just to like express myself as an artist and even as a person as well. And then but also too, I feel like when I say that saying that kind of selfishly, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Like for me, just for like just to kind of see what I can do, what type of um stuff I can do as far as like goals and just like putting stuff into action versus just like just talking about it. But hey, that's why I always, again, like I think I talked about before, that's why I always bring this to work with me every day. I was actually like writing notes in this last week about like the video I wanted to do, for like this video I'm making right now. But yeah, um, yeah, I'm hoping you guys take what I say and hopefully just some for food for thought. Trying to think anything else. As for the video that I'm working on now that I've been posting about for the past couple of weeks, I think I only made like a few posts about it. Um, I hate to say I may end up having to scrap it and redo it. Um, I'm kind of wasn't happy with how I filmed it, but I don't know. I'm still kind of like deciding whether or not I should still go through with it or not because I filmed that video probably like I think in late April, maybe May. I think somewhere around there, and I don't know. I hate that if I have to scrap again, I got to do it all over again. But I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. But I'll keep you guys posted on what I decide to do. And once you guys see the video, um, I do want to try to post it very soon because my goal for this year, at least try to post up at least a good, maybe like a good couple videos this year on my channel. That's something I'm glad to. I'm making progress on my YouTube channel. You know, do making these videos. I'm trying to do better as far as making shorts, just so that you guys can like kind of like get like little clips and glimpses of what I'm talking about. And I was trying to do my first video, but I may end up doing that still. Just try to take like little sections from my first video and just making like clips out of it and post it on my YouTube Shorts and my Instagram Shorts. So, um, but yeah, just overall, like, I'm just trying to get myself out of this, like, I don't know, this mental thing I'm going through, and like, especially just like my day to day 9 to 5 job and living for the weekend. Even just trying to do my best just to like put in a little bit of progress as I can during the week. Um, you know, excuse me, and and not feel small. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to like that's what I'm trying to do is just like feeling like I'm actually I feel like I belong in these spaces, like in these creative spaces, like feeling like I'm a part of these spaces where I'm actually feel like I feel like I'm a part of something. Same thing with like meeting people, friendships and stuff like that. It's just like finding people that I'm like this feels right. This actually feels right to be around these people. I don't feel like I'm like the imposter syndrome. I don't belong. Like I just feel like at my job sometimes. Like it's just it's not related to art at all. It's just completely different. You know, it's more so food related. So just working with produce and stuff like that. Every day working for a food distribution company. You know, and like what I'm saying, and I do like produce. I do like it is like just kind of like just certain aspects about it, but it's just like as far as like outside of work wise, passion wise, like it's just a job at the end of the day for me. I'm just kind of there for the paycheck. I'm not so enthusiastic when I'm there. I'm not. I just get tired of sometimes the people, but like I said, I'm trying to do better with just trying to deal with people. But that's easier said than done. Being like an introvert, and sometimes I'm always to myself at work, and then like the isolation thing too. I'm trying not to do, but like I said, with people being busy and stuff, it's sometimes hard for me just to like put myself out there and want to meet new people because it's just like not to go into a tangent about it, just like experiences with people, my social anxiety and awkwardness and stuff, and trying to like be more present. It's just kind of difficult and just not taking stuff like there are some times where situations like some people may treat me kind of different and just kind of say certain things to me, and it's just like like it does kind of feel like I'm being disrespected and stuff like that and whatnot. But it's just kind of like I don't know, just trying to get better with just social skills and trying to which I'm good at, but it's just like I'm still trying to get better at, you know. So yeah, I think other than that, I'm looking at my notes right now. Um, man, I'm trying to think of anything else, and I don't know if I might be able to show this video or show this book or not, but I got this the My Hero Academia book, the art book of like all the stuff. I can't remember the creator's name off the top of my head because I feel like I'm gonna say his name wrong. I actually got two figurines of Midoriya and Oraka on my desk because because that's another person I really like as far as like his backstory and then like how he kind of came to become the man who created My Hero Academia after all these, his, I'm saying, his challenges of like his those one shots he made, and even that's like I'm taking his work ethic into what I'm doing, even with my comic book, my personal comic book project that I'm working on now, you know, excuse me, and that's been a big, help. Just keeping that in mind and just learning about because I didn't know about that till like a couple months ago. I'm just like, man, he went through so much just to like now he's super popular now, and it's just like the whole thing with like failure and stuff. Like it's better just to like try. What I'm saying? It's better to try than just not try at all. At least you failed at it, but at least you tried. Or it didn't. I shouldn't say it didn't succeed. Whatever you're doing, whether it's like a book or something like that or anything, it's just like at least you try. That's something that I'm like, you know what? At least you did something. in your progress into like your journey, you know. So, um, but yeah, guys, I think that's about it for this video. Try to keep this nice and short, or I guess in this case it might be like 30 minutes long, 40 minutes long. Maybe it might be an hour. I don't know, but like I said, just dealing through my stuff every day. I hope you guys can just continue just to encourage me and me just encouraging you guys. What I'm saying, just to try to find community. Hopefully I can make some community here with the YouTube channel. Um, Whether like again just small, starting off small, and if it just remains small, then hey, you know what? I'm just it's better than nothing. So, but yeah, guys, I just wanted just to talk to you guys as far as like my updates, as far as what I've been up to lately. Just to kind of give you guys like the cliff notes of it, just kind of talk about what I've been going through personally a little bit. But yeah, guys, like just keep creating. What I'm saying to my artists, authors, musicians, whoever. Just keep going. Do the best you can. For me, I'm saying that for me as well, just to keep going for myself too, because my 9 to 5 is like a heavy weight. But I just got to keep the faith. I just got to keep the faith. You know, as a Christian, I know some people are gonna feel turned off by what I just said, but I'm like, what I'm saying, just try to see the bigger picture at the end of the tunnel. Versus every day, it just kind of seems like, am I even going anywhere? So this hope this just wanted to give you guys some food for thought and just to um, something positive, just to close close everything on a positive note. So yeah, guys, keep me keep um, subscribe, like the video, comment whatever part of the video that you guys thought was interesting, or share anything you guys, if you guys relate to what I'm saying or whatever, share. Um, all the support I appreciate so much of. Hopefully soon, like again, I'll keep you guys posted on things that I'm doing. Events, whatever, or things I'm doing, projects, more projects, or just whatever. So, but yeah, guys, um, hope you guys have a good morning, rest of your day, evening, night, um, whatever time you guys are watching this, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.
Turn upside down.